Hello and welcome to another Wolftime gaming video. Today we're going to be painting the Aggressor assault fighter for Star Wars Armada. As some of you will be aware, it's IG-88's vessel, and I think we can get it looking really good on the tabletop with virtually any effort at all. It's going to be such an easy paint scheme, but before we get started on that though, as usual, let's get that kettle on. So if you've watched any of my videos before, you'll know the first thing we need to do is give them a really good base coat. I do this in batches, especially when it comes to the Star Wars Armada vessels because they're so small. All I do is get some of these little cocktail sticks or something similar, a little bit of blue tack, and stick them all on there. Now give them all a good spray with Games Workshop's Grey Sear. What this does is give you a really nice base coat so the paint sticks to it nicely, and it's quite a decent spray as well. It doesn't take away any of the details as you may find with other sprays on the market. You can see we've got them all sprayed up now, and we just need to get some of that paint on there. Now we're going to be using a few contrast paints with this one, and initially we're starting off with a grey contrast paint called Basilicum Grey. Now as you can see, as soon as we're starting to put this paint on there, it's dropping into the recesses really nicely, and that's why I always try and use contrast paints now with any of these miniatures, because it works absolutely fantastically, so you don't really need to highlight anything if you don't want to. Obviously some people do, some people out there will put highlights, they'll go with lighter shades on top of the contrast paints, but to be honest you really don't need to with this. It's such an easy paint to use, and already you can see it's starting to look good. The vessel's starting to look like take shape, and it's starting to look like the reference image you can see on screen there. Now I'm going to put a little bit of blue on these like you could see on the reference image, because that's what IG-88 has on his vessel. Now I'm just using a blue paint from Games Workshop, just a normal base paint this time, called Ultramarines Blue. It's quite a nice blue. It's not too dark, it's a mid sort of blue, and I think it works quite well with trying to get this sort of a blue colour on the vessel itself. Now you can see all I've done is take my time. I've just drawn two little lines just on the top of the vessel there, just so it sort of matches what we see in lore and we've seen with the reference images. Now the next step is the engine. Now to start with, I'm going to be using called Sotek Green. Now this is a really nice light sort of greeny turquoisey blue, and it's great for painting some of these engines. If you've watched any of my other videos, you'll know that I use this one quite a lot. And just to highlight just the center of that, I'm using Temple Guard Blue. Now as you can see, I'm literally just touching the center of that engine, and what it does is make it look like it's glowing, and you can already see there it looks like it's glowing in comparison to the rest of the vessel. And it's a great little ship, it really is. I'm not sure how much I'm going to use this one on the table, but I think it looks great now we've got some paint on it. And as you can see, you know, that's what, 4 paints, 5 if you include the spray right at the beginning to get this on the tabletop. It's such a really quick and easy paint scheme. I don't know why it doesn't come like this already, because it looks fantastic. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of our future videos. Go and check out the channel now for more great content. There's loads of painting videos including Games Workshop, Star Wars, and loads of fantasy settings such as Frostgrave and one of my favourites, Boros and Badgers. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one.